And we are back, folks. Another edition of the Monday morning quarterback, but the film session. I explained on the other video that we shoot live Monday morning. Actually, this week it was Tuesday morning. That we are going to separate the footage breakdown, the film breakdown, from the commentary. That's not out of greed, looking to put up multiple videos, but that is our way of satisfying the people and staying legal. That's what we got to do, right, DG? We got to satisfy the people and stay legal.
We've got to stay legal. The thing is, if we don't stay legal, then Sam and I are underneath the jail. And how are you going to get your breakdowns? How are you going to know how bad or how good your quarterback is playing? You just won't know. So this is how it has to be done.
This is how it has to be done. So let me stipulate at the beginning of this video, as I will in every one of the film breakdowns. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We are not making any money off of this video. We are not monetizing it. We are not getting sponsors for it. No money in any way, shape, or form is coming off of this video. So that means
which I do not agree with. I don't like it, but it's what
I don't like it either. You don't like it. I don't like it either. But you know what? We're going to do it for the people. And then what you can do is watch our other videos. You can certainly support us over on the MichiganInsider.com. I mean, there are other ways in which you can show love and show support and really make it possible for us to do this video for free, because it takes a lot of time to do these breakdowns. It takes a lot of time to do the telestrations, and
it takes a lot of time for Devin Gardner, after he finishes his own game, to watch every single snap of the Michigan game via iPad while he's on the plane, where he should be sleeping because he got to go to church the next morning, got young go-getters in the morning, then he got to go to church from there, and then the younger go-getters usually probably got a game, so he don't get to sleep. So just appreciate and watch the WTKA, and everything,
Absolutely. So again, Michigan Insider YouTube page. Watch the commentary, Monday Morning Quarterback, film breakdowns with Al Borges. That's coming. That is coming. The film breakdown with Vance Bedford. That's coming. And of course, the film breakdowns and the commentary will be separate on all videos, because this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So with that, DG,
let's learn them something now. Let's get the education part started.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't have to do commentary
as much, right? We talked about it on Monday Morning Quarterback. Everybody saw it.
We talked about it on Monday Morning Quarterback. So
now we're going to support our facts, right? The facts that we spoke, we're going to support them with some visual knowledge, right? Some visual explanations. And I don't think, and you remember I said that I graded and I came out with a 61, right? Which is a D minus. Everybody knows 61 is a D minus out of 100. And I'm sure a lot of people wonder, well, that's harsh. You run by 50 or whatever the case may be. I went on Pro Football Focus just to see. I'm like, well, maybe I am being a little harsh, right? Maybe the people are right. Maybe I'm not seeing it the way my good old eye is supposed. You see, I got my glasses on, Sam. I had to go get glasses because of it. I said, I guess maybe I'm not seeing it the right way.
I don't have nothing to rhyme.
Maybe I'm not seeing it. And so I went Pro Football Focus to see what they thought, right? One of the most respected breakdown of player play, and they get even deeper than I can even get. And so put the grade up, Sam, if you will. And so I gave 61, and Pro Football Focus gave not a 61. I can tell you that. All right, so this is the grade that Pro Football Focus gave, and on the offensive grade, right? So encompassing, running and everything, 47.8. All right, and pass grade 46.8. So right, so strictly pass plays like we're about to talk about right now, 46.8. Right, so it takes into account reading and ball placement, different things like that. 46.8, and that's 195th out of 226 qualified quarterbacks. Right, so I was actually extremely generous. As me and Sam in this earlier this week on Tuesday, we talked about it. How I even when it seemed like I was killing them, the people must not know what killing them looks like, because I always thought I was definitely fair, but pretty generous even in my fairness.
Okay.
So that's Pro Football Focus. So y'all can call them and get mad at them for being like they hate Cade. Apparently they hate Cade too. So call them and act crazy.
No, their stats look. I think you shouldn't confuse honesty with cruelty,
That's
right?
what I don't think you should do either.
Being unfair. Because I go out of my way to make sure that it's not personal,
Yeah.
right? So we are assessing performances in games, and this is we having big boy conversations now, right? And so
Yeah.
you look at ESPN, for instance, and I got to credit Steve Clark, who is our midweek peak guy, who does our previews and my co-host on the Key Bank Countdown to Kickoff over on the radio show on Saturdays. He brought up the QBR stat from the game. I don't know if you saw the QBR stat,
I did
DG,
not.
which is what ESPN, that's their metric, their quarterback rating metric that they use. Um, he had a QBR of 39.7. To put it in perspective, DG, he had a higher quarterback rating versus Georgia. Had a quarterback rating versus Georgia of 42.1.
Which we all
Uh,
know how that went.
right. It was the lowest quarterback rating he had since the Washington game last year, where he only attempted 15 passes in that game, had a QBR of 16.3. So this was not this was far from even an average performance by his standards, even. And
Mhm.
so we can speculate as to why, but the film doesn't lie. And
Yeah.
so what it does, and we can get into this at the end, is I think it opens the door wider for JJ in this race. And now JJ is gonna have to go out and
And
show
perform.
that, hey, the pressure isn't too much for him. It's not about the opponent in these games. Colorado State's terrible, Hawaii's worse. I've heard you say a million times, DG, it was great when I was the backup. It
It
was
was all
different
good.
when I was the starter.
Hey, in the words of some old parents somewhere, everything is everything. Everything was everything when you're the backup. You come in, do your little deal, couple plays here, couple plays there. But when it's time for you to put a drive together, drive down, and complete balls, check it down, do all the things you need to do as a core. Manage your emotions, right? Manage the emotions of everybody around you. It's an entirely different job, and we're gonna get a chance to see.
All right. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So we're gonna Devin said I want every pass play. Hey man, is this how it is on the broadcast? Hey, give me XYZ, and I expect to have. That's how you do your producers, man. Is
I
that how
do
you
get in that talk back quite frequently and talk to the producer. What are we doing? I didn't ask for that. I'm actually very nice. You know, it's
right?
so funny. Chuck McDonald, the lead producer of college football, told me stories of John Madden and how he would just be ripping everybody in the truck the whole game, right? In good fun, but sometimes actually ripping. And it's just so funny because the greatest to ever do it, right? He kind of set the tone for what I do, and it was pretty cool to hear those stories of just getting chewed out by John Madden during the game, and then he's getting right back in the game with his great voice and calling it how he sees it. So it's pretty cool.
All right. So DG wanted the telestrations as well. Now I tried to do them like you because you draw the lines. Like when I sit down with Borges, he sits with me, and I sit on my telestrator program, and I do it like you guys do it on Fox. But I
Yeah.
want to be authentic, so I said we're gonna do it like DG does it. I'm gonna get on the screen,
So
draw
for the record, when y'all see these lines, I did not draw these lines. These lines
Hey
are
man,
garbage.
well
These lines are garbage, and I didn't draw. For the record, let the record show that Devin did not draw these lines.
But they are an accurate representation of what you thought of these plays.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You did a great job, Sam. Round of applause. I wish you had a button to push for the round of applause. Round of applause for Sam.
Yeah, let's do it this way. This is better.
All right, so pause it there. Pause it there.
Okay, hold on. I got you. All right.
So you can let the drawing come up. And it's hitch seam, right? So you got hitch routes at the bottom of the screen, top of the screen, and then seam routes in the middle from the slots. The reason the top of the screen the guy has a go route is because hitches versus cloud coverage or press coverage or rolled up corner coverage turn into goes, right? Hitches turn to goes. That's across all of football. Only time they don't. Remember, we saw it on Hard Knocks many, many years ago. The one time a hitch doesn't convert and when it's smashed, right? Because the corner is right behind them. And so that's why that's a go. And with the rolled up coverage, it's going to be 3 cloud, which means it's cover 3, but they're clouding the boundary to get a guy in the flat. And the thing is, I realized teams do this to quarterbacks who they don't believe will throw to the field, right? I'll say it again. Teams do that to quarterbacks who they don't believe will throw in the field because it takes away that easy throw, right? So Cade wants to have an easy hitch throw to the top of the screen, but if you cloud the coverage, you take it away, but you give away a field hitch that is going to be wide open, so you can let it run.
Yeah, so 2 things. This is a theme to really pay attention.
Without question.
He does not like, oh, I shouldn't say that. That's presumptuous. You don't see him attacking the field as much as you see him attacking the boundary.
Oh,
That
at
is
all. Yeah.
that is very clear. And the other thing that we like to do is give people context clues. When I was,
So I have an example that I learned, right? So in baseball, right? And so I learned this, and I don't know much about baseball, but I learned this. When a batter has a percentage of hitting the ball down the line, say he's a right-handed batter and he's hitting the ball down the line, back to left, right, to outfield over third base, right? He continues to do it, and he doesn't show much other hits. The baseball defense will shift, right? So they'll shift because they're playing the percentages that he usually hits the ball over there, right? Mm-hmm. That's the same thing in this sentence. They're shifting the defense, right, to take away that easy throw because the percentages say he's probably going to try to get it there quickly.
So cloud corner.
The problem is, it's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But the problem is, if it's a rolled up corner, you have to know that immediately and drive the ball outside here to the hitch.
And so that's what DG, when he said cloud corner, takes that away. And here we go. So we're going to show the coverage right there.
Right, you see all the guys they're kind of clouding the boundary, right? That's what I call the cloud. Clouding the boundary. It's very cloudy over there, which is why you shouldn't be over there.
All right.
For this route combination.
And so here's where you said, this is, and you can see it on a different copy of this game.
For sure.
You don't see everything on the TV.
But the thing is, we've been through this all last year, and anybody that watched last year knows we're not making this stuff up, right? So some of this TV copy stuff, you won't be able to actually see what we're saying, but you just have to trust and believe, like, hey, this is what happened, and there's going to be nobody within 10 yards of this player.
Yeah, so it's off the screen, so you can't really see it on this version, but trust and believe.
All right, so you stay over there. That's way too long, and then you come over here, and you can see how wide open he still is, and the play has gone for a few seconds, and the corner's coming up late, and then the ball's thrown at his feet, right? And so for that play, I gave him a 0, right? Didn't read the coverage, and then even when it was time to make a play, you weren't able to get the ball to the receiver.
All right, so now we will go to the next play, DG, and let's go play number 2.
So this is a sit route from Roman Wilson, right? And Roman Wilson is already identifying he is uncovered, right? Uncovered. There you go. Roman Wilson is uncovered, and he's kind of identified. At least it seems like he's.
See all those lines you drew last year. You didn't have spotlights, did you?
I ain't have spotlight. That's nice. I like that. And so it's going to have all the principles of shallow cross. He has a stop route at the top of the screen with Cornelius Johnson, but the sit route or the sit or the shallow cross where he reads it, whatever the case may be, is going to be wide open with Roman Wilson. When I say wide open, I mean wide open for a first down. And Cade, with the rolled up coverage on Cornelius Johnson, stays there and tries to force a stop route versus press coverage where he's bumping rather than taking this easy throw to Roman Wilson sitting kind of off to the right. And then the throw is way too far outside.
So I did the figure 8. He's locked up. That's why I drew the
figure 8. Yep. Figure 8 means it's one-on-one, man. Yep.
That's where you said he should go with the ball.
Yep. And you're going to see Roman Wilson's going to be sitting there wide open. Boom. Right there. First down. But now so I want to be clear. There's nothing wrong with picking your matchup. If you love that matchup, I'm always fine with that. But it's just not smart to battle that matchup, right, with another, if you throw the Roman Wilson right there, he's probably going to go score. You know what I mean? We've seen him get the ball and just zoom up the sideline. And so that's not the time for matchup. That's not the time for, hey, I'm going to pick my matchup right here. It's 3rd down and 6, and we have a 1st down. You want to get the 1st down. And this is the bubble screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that last play, I gave him a 1. Right, just because you chose to go to that, which is fine, but it's just a better play out there, and you weren't able to convert 1 out of 3. This is the bubble to Roman Wilson. Great job, outflanks the defense, get him to him quickly. This is outstanding because we saw what Roman Wilson is capable of doing, and the blocking. We're not here to talk about the receivers blocking, but the blocking was outstanding. But this is a great decision by the quarterback. I gave him a 3 on this one out of 3. It's a perfect read, perfect throw.
Backfield, 1st down and 10.
So one of the things, Devin, to sort of talk to people about run controls versus RPOs, it was one of the things that was really drilled a couple years ago in me by Borges. He was like, "Hey man, run control is pre-snap.
Yeah,
RPO
run
is
control. Like if you see your numbers right away, or if you want to throw a quick screen to a soft corner, stuff like that. Those aren't necessarily RPOs. Those are, hey, this is up to the quarterback's discretion. If you think that you can get more yards with this throw outside, you do that, right? So I wouldn't even say this is an RPO. I would say that this is him just deciding to throw the bubble, right? Because he never even puts the ball in. He's not sitting there reading. He backs out, clears the back, and gets the ball out.
Right.
Nice job. Nice decision. Very good. Nice throw. And you see what can happen when you get these kids the ball with just a little bit of space. Don't need a lot, just a little bit.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go
one time, one target.
To the next one. We are on play 4.
All right. So I believe this is the possession. This is the possession we got the ball at the 15-yard line. Yes.
Yes.
Right. So you can't get the ball on the 15-yard line against anybody, but especially against Colorado State, and not get in the end zone. And we don't get in the end zone here. And this is a shallow cross opportunity for Cornelius Jones. And I gave him a 2 on this, right? 2 out of 3, because it's the right read. It's the right guy, got it to the right guy, footwork, everything, but the ball's behind, right? The ball's behind. And in my opinion, and I'm sure Cornelius's opinion, this ball should be caught, right? It should be caught, but he's not going to be able to score. Right, not gonna be able to score because he's gonna fall down or whatever. Because it's a pretty tough catch to make, right? And as a person that play a receiver, when you run these shallow crosses, you are hauling butt across the field, and you do not want to have to slow down. And for this, Cornelius is running as fast as he can. He has to reach behind him, and it's a very tough catch.
All right.
Should he catch it? Absolutely, I think so, and I believe he knows that he's capable of catching it.
So that's the note. That's the note.
Right, got that ball. Right, and these are the reasons you don't score in the red zone, because this should be a touchdown right here, and you should be done with it, and then you go on and you eventually do not score in the red zone.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
Oh yeah, he's gonna catch that and keep running the 200 meters right to the end zone. So that's the issue. That's an issue, and obviously, but I gave him a 2 on that. I gave him a 2, and I'm just guaranteeing you, Pro Football Focus didn't probably give him that high of a grade on that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And so because of that, now we're at 3rd and 10, right? Because you don't convert when you have the opportunity, you can't let opportunities slip away. Because you didn't convert there, now you're at 3rd and 10. Now you have to try to go get 10. And this is a play where I gave him a 3 actually, but I should have took points off because of something we'll talk about right after. And I'm so glad the TV copy got wind of it and recorded it, and we saw it. But it's a Texas route from the tight end Eric All. And Eric All slips and falls, right? Something you cannot control as the quarterback. You got to throw the ball on time. Now, at the bottom of the screen here, you're going to see Roman Wilson is going to come wide open, but that's after the ball's gone. The decision's already made, and I'm fine with that. Now, because the Texas route and the corner route are both good man routes, right? And they look like they're man-to-man. The Texas route is good. The corner route is good. Now, the corner route is in the end zone, which is really good. But I'm not mad at him for taking this Texas route, but Eric All falls down. My problem comes after.
See, so here's my thing, DG, and And let me back this up a little bit.
Yeah, what the corner was trying to play this swing down here at the bottom of the screen. It
Mhm.
wasn't man. He was trying to play this swing, and the coverage dictates that you will not have the corner, right? So I'm definitely not mad at him for not looking to throw the corner to Roman Wilson. Now, would it be nice if he could see up the corner's eye and all that? Absolutely, but that's not real football. That happens every once in a while. Here, this is the read. The read is to get the ball to the Texas route underneath the linebacker, and the guy slips. But
And so
this corner,
you know
at the
that
bottom of the screen-
you know that you got a pretty good idea of that pre-snap.
What?
You said that it's you going to the Texas because he's looking there the whole way.
Yeah. So Texas routes are built to be it's usually a running back, but our tight ends are so good at running these routes and all that to beat the guy, right? So he's gonna run the like he's running to the flat, and the hook to curl defender has to respect it, and he's gonna curl across his face, right? You see that right underneath. Right, so he's going to catch. He may not score, but he's going to get the ball. He's going to be able to power away and maybe get the first down. But the thing is that for the corner on the bottom, the cornerback, he responded to the swing. He was supposed to be in his third.
Running the ball.
Right. This
But,
is
so can we show the other view and the look of the thing that I didn't like about the play?
hold on, let me go
You
back.
had it in there. You had when you said to me, you had it in there.
I did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did have it in there.
Yeah. So this is it. Like he's double taking, staring. Even if he's not staring at Eric All, it looks like it, right? He looks like he's showing up your teammate, right? Is it not okay for someone else to make mistakes, right? Especially since so many mistakes you make, but I just don't like it. Look, it's so visible. It's not my fault. I can't believe you did that to me. Look what you did. You know what I mean? And as a quarterback, that's just not how life works. Whether it's your fault or not, you have to take the responsibility for it. And so, but those are all the things that they were speaking so glowingly about Cade, the leadership and all those different things. That doesn't say leader to me. That says selfish. I'm going to make sure everybody knows that that's not my fault.
Yeah, I see. Maybe. I don't know, but what I sense is a dude really, really frustrated with how the game has gone up to that point. He knew he had the Texas route.
And he chose to play quarterback, Sam. He chose to play quarterback. So you don't get to feel that way on TV. Yeah. You know where the camera's going.
Oh no, I'm not arguing with you
in front of 110,000.
DG, I'm not arguing with.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's frustrated. That's fine.
Because in talking, I asked Borges about this. I asked Gaddis before that, and all the many coaches told me that they coach quarterbacks. The camera's always on
you. Yeah. You got to know.
You got a problem with what I did, what I called, or you got a problem with the teammate?
Keep that to yourself.
Suck that up until we get off the field, right? Or we get on the sideline.
In private. Talk to, hey, Eric, you got to make sure you stay. And then what is the coaching point? He slipped, right? He's not a guy that's just slipping all. He makes plays for you, and he slipped on that play. I mean,
and that's why I don't think he was trying to show Eric all of it. The result is the same, whether he was trying to or not.
Yeah, intentions only matter to who.
Right, I hear you. Yeah,
his intent isn't to, but that's exactly what happened. And then what was this game on? They zoomed in on him. They did that to him. Like they made sure they saw how he reacted.
Yeah, this is mock footage. I don't know how much of that they showed on the broadcast. That's mock footage from the folks over at ESPN who do us well.
Yeah,
appreciate them over there.
So is this Hank? This is Hank, right?
This is Hank.
This is Hank. Great job. You got a first down right in front of your face and easy throw. Very nice.
It's the coverage.
3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Right, same thing. Right, they're in that cover 3 type of coverage. But the condensed splits got the corners in, all these different things. Very good. Right in the middle of the field.
All right.
Nice job, Shuni.
DG said, give me every pass. Give me every pass. I said, all right, man.
He's only 18, dude.
That's just we on play
so
7. Hold on.
You can just play this. Just let it play because this is another good one, right? It's a dagger concept, and I wrote. This showed me something that I haven't really seen.
No, we did Hank already. This is Hank.
I said dagger. Oh no, this is spacing. This is slant. This is spacing. Oh, this is where he throws a slant. Here you go. Just let it run.
Which is a rarity in the NFL.
It's a nice job. Goes to the backside slant. Knows that it's man-to-man. Very nice. Easy.
Yeah, I didn't know what this was. I mean, was this on purpose? These two guys
Well,
He ran
so
it in,
we call
he
that
ran it
dragging.
out.
We call
It
we
like,
call that dragging, where you get a guy going out and a guy running the slant. No,
okay.
so he's running it's spacing, right? So he runs like a stick route, and then the outside guy runs like a hitch route. So it's called spacing, where you got different guys in different, and then the back I think has a swing, right? So it's different guys in different spaces.
Okay.
And then on the backside of spacing is always a slant, unless you say otherwise. Or you see him hitch, stick, swing, backside slant. Perfect throw where you can protect yourself. Ronnie Bell, obviously a monster, always trying to make an extra play. He's chopping at the bit to get an opportunity, and welcome back to him. Next play is dagger. You can just let it run as it comes up. And that last play was a 3 as well, out of 3. Here's the dagger where you got the play action and you got a dig route, right? So that drawing's a little
Listen, man.
It's good. It's good.
Listen.
But you can't see the guy on the bottom of the screen. That's what it is. You can't see the guy. Right? So you got guys clearing out, and then you got the dagger, the dig.
I got this coming from like nowhere over here.
Yeah, for sure. So, but the thing that it's a great throw, great read. The thing that I was impressed by is the ability to navigate this throw. You can let it play. Just let it play. The ability to navigate this throw over the linebacker, right? So we didn't see a bunch of this last year, right? It was Harry. He wasn't throwing it. He got it over the linebacker and down to the dig, that shows arm talent, right? That's something that, we rave about with all the great quarterbacks. How talented is his arm. That's what they mean. Arm talent, getting the ball up and down quickly.
All right. On to the next one. Let's see. That was dagger. So this is number 9. Here you go.
So these are comebacks. You got comebacks here. And he throws the ball to the back, but watch his drop. He drops back and starts bouncing. If you drop back and start bouncing, we saw this a lot last year. There's no way you can have your feet in the ground ready to drive a comeback and take a shot, right? Or drive a comeback to the field or the boundary. Both are going to be wide open, but he drops back and goes back to kind of just looking for the back. And in some instances, I get it, and some I don't. Right. In some, it's like, okay, 2nd and 4, you want to try to get a first down right away. But that's conservative football when there are comebacks wide open. You know what I mean? It's fine if the comebacks aren't open, but the comebacks are open down the field, right? So we want to throw the ball down the field, and he just chooses not to, but he's not prepared to with his footwork and his drop.
Well, so what about Eric All here on the shallow cross? This board just calls it a bingo cross.
Yeah,
he's right here.
So bingo cross it's shallow. It's shallow. It's like X shallow, but except the tight end's the shallow and the slot receiver is the dig, rather than the tight end being the dig. I hate offense because they call all these things different, but you got to call it something different so they know what to do. Because if it was shallow, the receiver would do the shallow, and the tight end would do the basic cross. I mean, the shallow is fine. I'm not upset with the shallow either. Just because. The problem is he's running out of the pocket. Like, that's there's no imminent danger, and you're running away, right? So if you stand in the pocket and do your deal, you can see the comeback, you can see the bingo cross that Coach Borges said, and you can see everything. But it all works out, and this is a lot we get into. It all works out because you got a talented back that takes the ball and gains 8 yards, right? 10 yards. But that's not real football, because any smart team is going to make sure that they cover the back. Right, they're going to cover the back because they know that he wants to drop back and throw to the back a lot. You know what I mean? So I gave him a 2 just because there's like we've talked about, so much meat left on the bone. But it's a good play because we did get a first down.
All right. Let's go to the next one. We have here.
Smash in the red zone. The smash, yeah. All right, and so. For this play, you can let it run and let it go. We don't know what he's going to have, right? But we know that this is not the answer, right? We've talked about it. We talked about it extensively last year, and in the beginning of the season, remember, a lot of people didn't understand what I meant by getting in the fight, continue to climb in the pocket. And then later in the season, he did it a couple times, and so many openings came up, even for him to run or for him to see different guys that are open. But he drops back and he's backing up, and then sprints right. There's nobody to throw the ball to, so you got to throw it away on 3rd down. And so now, yet again, failure in the red zone, which was the reason our one loss that came before Georgia was Michigan State. And the reason was we didn't score in the red zone, period. Like it was a lot of other stuff that went on. But if we score in the red zone, all that stuff goes away, And so, but getting in the fight is something that we thought he kind of fixed. Remember? We thought like later in the season last year, as he started to climb up in the pocket, we're like, oh, he's definitely watching Monday Morning Quarterback. He's starting to climb up. He's getting into the fight. And then, we come into Colorado State with a lot of pressure because you're in a true competition. And he kind of reverts back to, hey, I'm going to try to go run outside the pocket to the right where there are no receivers.
All right. So now we are on pass 11, vertical smash.
And I'm like, how is the biblical coach?
I think this is the one you hate so much. I think this is it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
He has a seam right away, but he can't get to it because he drops back, and it seems as if he's never prepared to throw the ball quickly, right? Unless it's a quick, if that makes sense, right? Unless it's a route that's a short route, he's never prepared to throw the ball quickly if it's a downfield route. And so he has a seam, but he's bouncing, doing his thing, and he can't get to it. And so once he does that, he no imminent danger, starts running out of the pocket. Now I gave him a 1 on this. Starts bouncing, you let it play. Starts bouncing, sprints outside the pocket, and then he finally gets to the route that was there from the beginning. Right? It was there from the beginning, and that's why it's still so open. You know what I mean? And so a lot of this is just pre-snap. Why aren't we finding the right throw pre-snap with such a vanilla defense? Right? Mm-hmm. Why aren't we finding the throw pre-snap with the vanilla defense? And on this one, like I said, and now that's a drop by Ronnie Bell, right? And Ronnie would be like, man, dang.
Yeah. So what do you think? This feels like, at least for him, he probably feels like this might be a little bit of a hairy throw. I get what you're saying. I'm not disputing what you're saying.
Throw.
I'm trying to think if he.
Well, yeah, if that's a hairy throw, you can't play at this level, right? It's a far throw. Now, don't get me wrong, right? And when you talk to Coach Borges, let him know he was so comfortable with me throwing those out routes to the field and those benches to the field because I'm gonna get that ball there, right? And it is hairy if you can't get it there, absolutely. But we've seen JJ drive that ball quickly. And the defense doesn't have a chance to get to it. He actually did it in this game. So yeah, it's a hairy throw. But if that's a hairy throw, we can't we can't go where we want to go as a team. Michigan can't, if that makes sense. All right, so the hitch is open, but then he throws the ball and Ronnie Bell drops it. That's a drop on Ronnie Bell. And so in the press conference, Cade, for quarterbacks, you have to take responsibility, especially in the public eye. You have to take responsibility. And he was kind of like, oh, yeah, we had some drops. And why are we bringing in and throwing our teammates under the bus? I don't understand that. As much stuff that, and you can talk to Borges, as much of the stuff that was not my fault, I took it all, every single bit of it. I never once threw anybody under the bus or tried to make it seem like, hey, these people need to do better around me. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand the entitlement to just not take responsibility, especially when you don't play good. Right? Because Pro Football Focus accounts that throw was right in his hands, right? So, okay, you had a couple drops, which, one was a bad throw that was dropped, and then that one was a late throw that should have been caught. But it's frustrating, and I can't believe it because, I wore this uniform, right? I wore the wing helmet. I played this position, and I know the scrutiny that comes with it. This wasn't his fault. He could have climbed in the pocket, as you're going to see, but he doesn't climb in the pocket, and now he's taken down. Right, it's a big pocket for him to climb into, and he doesn't. So that's on him. But yeah, I can't identify with blaming other in anything, right? Not just like in football, in your life. Like, why aren't you taking responsibility for things that are happening? I can't understand that, and I don't see how you can lead a football team that way.
All right, so you didn't like this. You were critical of this pass. I thought this might have been his best pass, his best placed pass. Today.
Transfer portal.
But
hold on, what number is this? Oh, this 12. Okay.
I call it 12B because 12 is actually
so but I gave him a 2. I gave him a 2 on this play, right? And because once again, the rotation says this ball should be out to the hitch now. Right now. Right now, the ball's out. There's no reason to wait on this Eric All jerk route that is based on if it was man-to-man, because if you can see, the jerk route is going to come right back into the linebacker. It's not built for this coverage. You're not reading the coverage. Drive the ball on the outside and be done with the play. He doesn't, and we get lucky, right? This is luck because we haven't seen him place the ball like this every single time. And if this linebacker is worth his salt, this is a pick. I don't know what this linebacker is doing. You understand that? But with all that being said, it's an outstanding throw and well placed. But the throw is right at the top of the screen where you can see right there. The ball should be out. He's holding the ball waiting on this. So what if there's pressure? Right now you're upset because you got hit because the line didn't hold long enough because they thought the ball would be out.
Did you like the
But
cone?
like you said, it was a really good throw.
Did you like the cone, DG?
Yes, I like the cone, dude. I like the cone.
I'm throwing some
You got some
graphics
good
at you,
tools
man.
over there. We just
I'm
got to
throwing
work
some
on your line.
graphics at you.
We just got to work on your line. I love the vision
Yeah,
cone. I love the swirly arrow.
When I do the
But that's a great
telestrations,
catch by Eric Hall. And so just to go back to when Eric Hall slipped, right? So this is a bad read by Cade. He gets the ball to Eric Hall in a position where either that linebacker should either take his head off or pick the ball off. Those are the only two things that should happen. And when you play teams that we know we're going to play, he's going to get his head taken off, or he's going to be picked off. He reaches down on the turf at 6'6", 6 foot. How big is he?
he's 6'5".
6'5", reaches down to the turf and grabs his ball and then goes and gets yak. Right. This is why you can't show up your teammates because he slipped, because of the talented player that he is. And even if he wasn't talented, you shouldn't show your teammates up. But especially a guy that's going to help you in a situation where you're late with the ball to the wrong guy, in my opinion.
But well-placed ball, and Eric All is a pro.
Oh, well-placed ball.
And congratulations to Eric All on the birthday of his son, man. Congratulations to Eric.
Yeah, congratulations, Eric. Eric All. Congratulations. I thought this was a fine throw. Right, it's a stick route.
Yeah, I did have a question for you about this. I mixed up the timing of it, but this was the play I'm talking about. What's the coverage here, DG?
Yeah. So the thing is, it sticks though, and they're going fast. That corner was retreating. I don't think that corner was squatting. I think he was retreating and reacted to the quick out route. You know what I mean? Because you got safety in the middle. You can see him. Safety in the middle. He's backing up, and he just reacted. And that's why the ball was able to get in there. Because if he's squatting, he won't back up. You know what I mean? Okay. Right? That's why that ball, that's a 5-yard gain. That's a good play. That's when you're running sticks, you're only trying to get 5 or 6.
I didn't think it was.
So this isn't one of those plays where he didn't see the rotation. That's just cover 3. And if it's not cover 3, it's soft man, which that it leaves a window to throw the quick out and get out of bounds with the 2-minute in the 2-minute warning situation. I like that play because it gets the ball, gets it out of bounds. I gave him a 3, I think. I believe I gave him a 3. Yeah, I gave him a 3 on that. I gave him a 3, right? Because when you watch the all 22 copy, you can see that there's nobody behind this corner, right? So he is backing up, but he just reacts quickly.
All right, so this is a vertical stop.
Again, refuse to climb in the pocket, right? Refuse to climb in the pocket. And has to throw the ball away. All right, refuse to climb in the pocket and so I didn't see anybody wide open on this play in the all 22, but you don't know what can happen when you climb in the pocket, right? You just don't know. Something can happen good. You have one timeout left, you climb in the pocket, maybe you go get a first down, you're a little closer or whatever the case may be, but doesn't do it, and it ends up having to throw the ball away.
If you thought the seam was open on the other one, I mean on this one.
Yeah, so the thing for me is that safety is just bad, and he's running right past it, right? And he starts running out before the seam can even get to that open space. If he starts to do his deal before, so that's the one thing about that. So I think I gave him a 0 anyway, but I didn't give him a 0 for not throwing that seam. I gave him a 1. I gave him a 1. So you're basically saying I should have gave him a 0, right?
Hey man, you're the expert. I'm just asking you.
Maybe that's why Pro Football Focus had his grade so low, because I was being too generous apparently.
I'm asking you as the quarterback expert because you said on the other one, it go to the seam. I'm looking at this one.
Yeah,
And
but
you
based off
see
of
on the other,
rotation,
you can see on the other version, this dude is blowing out.
I got you. I got you. Based off of rotation, you're right. The stop is an option or the seam. He doesn't throw the stop right away and then tries to throw it late, which is beyond me. Either throw it or don't. And then the seam, the thing is for me is the inability to climb in the pocket. If you climb in the pocket, it takes you to the seam, right? It takes you exactly where you want, where Sam wants you to throw the ball.
And so let's talk for a second, DG. Let's have a not on that view. let's have a conversation.
You got that nice camera. I can see all your flaws.
So here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
What it feels like to me when you talk about recognizing coverages and recognizing the rotation, like I said to you on the show, it feels like to me from as an outside observer that it's not recognizing coverage, that it's predetermining where he wants to go with the football. And when he recognizes the coverage won't let him go there, he throws it away or checks down. That at least that's how it looks. I don't know if that's how it is, and I'm curious what you think about it. I've heard you say a couple of times not recognizing coverage, and I wouldn't he throw more picks if he just wasn't recognizing the coverage?
Well, no, because he just throws it away. Because the thing is, a lot of that stuff was quick pre-snap stuff, right? So you can kind of see the rotation. So that it just doesn't make sense to me to stay on something where if you know the coverage and you know it's not going to be there, why would you stay there?
Like I said, this is where I want to go with the football.
Maybe you can help me out. Maybe you can help me out because I don't know why somebody would do that. That understands if you know that it's going to be a wide open guy to the field because you understand the coverage, why wouldn't you throw it?
Well, because maybe it's a part of the field, as we talked about. Maybe it's a part of the field that you don't necessarily feel is comfortable going to.
Well, we also saw a play with a comeback to the boundary that he didn't attack.
It's true. Hey man, I'm trying to understand.
And these are I want to know. Like I'm giving out a lot of information, but those are things I can't explain. I don't know why. And we made a hypothesis. We hypothesized that maybe it's because of the arm strength or whatever. But then when you have the comeback to the boundary, right? Why don't you throw that one? Because that's not a hard throw at all, right? And so that's kind of the thinking, and I'm trying to figure out why these things are happening. And so the only thing I can get to, and did you ask Borges about this? What does Borges say on that? Because the only thing I can get to is he's not recognizing the
I haven't done this show with Borges yet. I'm doing the show with Borges. See, this is gonna be a late night for me. Because now, as soon as I get done with you, I'm about to do the show with Borges after
All right, man, move on. Let's finish, man. You got something to do, yeah.
All right.
But you keep trying to stop me and ask me why he doing this, and I don't know why he doing this. He just tell me what he doing.
You're the quarterback. You're the expert. I'm asking you the question.
I don't know why he acting like that. I don't know why he acting like that.
All right. So we are post.
You can skip.
3rd down and 6.
Okay, 15. This is when I tell you, I have never seen a more zero look in my life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, you know what they're about to do.
I've never seen a clear zero look, and so you can ask Coach Borges this, and any coach I've ever had. If you see it zero, and we have shallow cross called, by time, throw the shallow. It's a touchdown. There's no way it's going to be stopped. By time, and when I say by time, that means retreat, lay it, and allow him to run through it and go score a touchdown. Denard threw me one against UMass in 2012 where he bought a little time, gave me the shallow cross. I took that thing to the crib, 40-something yards. By time, get shallow cross, 3rd and 6, it's a touchdown, and he doesn't do it. It's like he doesn't know that it's zero blitz, and he doesn't know where he's hot from or whatever the case may be. It's weird.
Yeah, this is the one that was thrown behind CJ the other way.
Yeah, so this is the same play, except against a better coverage, and he just doesn't see it at all. He saw it last time, but didn't see it this time. And you can't see it in the screen there, but you can see CJ on that yellow line just running like, what is going on? What is going on? So, once again, it was the clearest zero look I've seen in football in quite some time, especially in that area of the field. and another red zone trip down the drain. And that's the reason why so much meat is left on the bone. People keep using that phrase, meat left on the bone, meat left on the bone. You cannot continue to not convert in the red zone.
This is another bubble.
Yeah, bubble outflank. We don't even have to spend that much time on it. Outflanks the defense. He gets it out. It's a good 5 yard gain.
Yeah, blocking wasn't quite as good on this one as it was on the first.
I think it was pretty good. I think it was good. I think it was very good.
What? You thought the blocking on this
They're
one
receivers. You understand that a receiver versus a safety, it should be a win for the safety. You know that, right? Like a receiver versus a safety, the safety should dominate him every day of the week. Safeties are in inside run. Do you know that? Safeties participate in inside run. Receivers do 7-on-7 during that.
Okay, so is it not correct to say that the blocking on the first one was better than the blocking on this? That doesn't mean the blocking was terrible, but the blocking on the first one was better, right?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can say that, I guess.
All right. Let's go to the next one. Hey man, it was.
You expect this receiver to get a pancake on the safety?
If they didn't throw those blocks like that they threw on that first one, Roman Wilson doesn't score. He got excellent blocking on that.
I don't think he would have scored on that one either because their safety responded faster on that one. So I don't think he would have scored on that one if they had the same blocking. But we'll never know, obviously.
This is like it do the straight lines, right?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
You like this one better.
So this is
way more time.
Oh, so everybody look at the screen. You can't see it, right? But at the bottom of your screen, it says smash and it has a one line. That's the person that's not in the screen, but is going to be wide open again on a stop, right? And so it looks like Cade's eyes are looking over there, but he just doesn't throw it. And then, he just doesn't throw it. And he throws to the back, and the back doesn't get the first down. But if the stop is thrown, there's a first down, right?
Well,
if we throw the stop to
you're right. Maybe he went the wrong way.
Hey, listen. Should have been a first down and was a first down. It's two different things. If you stop throwing the backs, the receivers are at the first down. So obviously, this isn't about Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards does what he does. He's an outstanding player. He made a bad decision there, but the ball should be out, and Donovan Edwards should never touch it. That's my thing. Why aren't we throwing the guy that's open based off of the coverage? Why are we looking for backs to run and get first down? And so remember when I said on the 2nd and 4 when he threw it to Corum and he got the first down. I said, yeah, that's okay. But what if, right? What if somebody rallies and tackles? What if somebody gets in the way of Corum? What if he gets stops? Well, here's the what if right here. He got stopped, and now you got to punt the ball away. Throw the stop on wide open stop to the field, and it's a first down. You know what I mean? And that's how football works. You have to read the coverage and throw the ball to the guy. It's tough.
All right. So this is the last pass, and I asked you about this one on the show.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the last straw for Harbaugh. He said, I can't see no more of this. Because why would he have his last play on a first down? Nah, he said, you know what? Come on out. I'm not watching it no more. I'm not watching this anymore.
So
come on out.
Here's what I ask you. I mean, is there a situation where you say, okay, I like this matchup, you win? Jeremy Gallon was your guy. Mm-hmm. Jeremy, you one-on-one. Win. I'm coming to you. Period. Did you do that? Because
I had instances like that.
The only thing that makes sense to me on this
I had instances like that. Shuney is not the best receiver on that field. So that's out. He's not. Yeah, unless he's the best receiver on the field, then if that's Jeremy Gallon, for sure. Because it always worked. Because Jeremy Gallon was going to win. In this instant, and remember, so I'm going to explain it because I said I don't fully blame him for this. And I don't think I gave him a 0. I gave him a 1, right? I gave him a 1 because Colorado State, for the first time on the day, tricked him. Right? All the rest of it was vanilla. They gave him exactly what he should have seen, and he should have been able to respond, but they tricked him on this one. Take it back. Take it back for me, please. Take it back to the beginning. So right now, before this happened, Donovan Edwards was lined up outside. You understand this? right?
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Edwards was lined up outside, and when he was outside, the corner was over him, right? And we talked about this. What does that mean to you, Sam? What cover is it, a zone or man coverage if the corner is lined up over a running back?
And the corner is zone if the corner is lined up over
It's a
running
zone
back.
coverage, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
the reason you line your running back outside, especially if it's not going to stay out there, is to see. You give your quarterback the answer. What's the coverage, right? He comes back in, and the corner just goes and lines up over Shuney. That tells me it's zone, which means Shuney has the best route versus zone, in my opinion, right? It's kind of an option route. Well, when the play starts, you're going to see the linebacker sprint to Donovan Edwards, right? Which says, okay, I was wrong. They played me. It's not zone. And we have a perfect man beater at the bottom of your screen. Is going to be Ronnie Bell. Remember, literally a year ago this time, he caught a slot fade up the sideline for a touchdown, trotted in the end zone, and it was beautiful. So your best route right now versus man-to-man is Ronnie Bell on the slot fade. And the ball's forced to Shuney when that's not the best route. And that's why I say Harbaugh said, this is it. I can't take this anymore. You come out. Like, we've seen enough. You have a route to win against this coverage. Yet again, we've talked about the zero coverage that he missed, the cover one or whatever. You gotta coverage to beat it, and you're forcing this. Shuney versus that guy is not the win. It's not the winning route. It's not. So, I mean, that's
look, again, I was asking you a hypothetical to try to understand. That's what.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not a good decision. You got Shuney on an option route or whatever, or it might not have been an option route. It might have been a set route versus a guy who covers people for a living. You know what I mean? That doesn't seem like the route to go to. But the slot fade against man-to-man coverage, that's a fact. That's a number one on the progression every single time. But like I said, they tricked him, right? Which I can understand. That's why I gave him a point for it.
All right, so you can draw your own telestrations next week, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, they ended up not being that bad towards the end.
You want to talk about my lines?
Towards the end, they weren't that bad. They were good.
No, that one, the last one, the stick smash, there was so much going on. So I had to have Borges help me with the coverage on that one. And it was so much going on that I was like, hey man, let's make sure that we not drawing squiggly lines on this one, because there's a lot happening on this play. So there you go. But draw your own damn telestrations, DG. Bro, this is great stuff. So here's the important takeaway. Everything that you said is backed up by film. That's not
film. Not only film, Pro Football Focus and ESPN's QBR. Right. Three entities. Me, Pro Football Focus, ESPN's QBR, and film. 4 entities. Sorry.
Well, and look, yeah, the eyes don't lie. I mean, I think most people could come out of that game. I think even Cade probably came out that game saying,
no, he didn't. He came out and he blamed other people. I don't want to hear it. He didn't come out thinking that he played terrible. He came out blaming other people. It's video footage of him blaming others. I don't want to hear what Cade thought. And I don't, that's what I don't like.
It was very clear that he did not play well in this game. Certainly, if you thought it was even average, it was the type of performance that left the door wide open for JJ McCarthy, which brings us back to JJ in closing. You didn't want any of his plays.
I didn't want any of his plays.
Right. He
even though they were great, they were good. I mean,
every play of his was positive for the most part. I don't think there were any minus plays for him.
Plus,
but he was
the explosive one.
But he was the backup in this game. So
right, you see, he came out, he was smiling, having a good time, and so there's no pressure. I'm the backup. I'm just coming in. We already up 40, you know what I mean, or 30, whatever.
Yeah. So, but now the spotlight is on him against a Hawaii team that's terrible. But hey, Colorado State, they aren't world beaters either.
They were terrible.
And we saw that sometimes it's not about the other team. So now it's his turn. Can JJ overcome?
And I know we talked about, will I be there and all that, got a game. I'll be there. Okay. I'll be there. I got a game. I'm gonna hop on that flight and I will be there. Maybe middle of the first quarter, but I'll be there. Yeah.
All right. Hey,
Gotta
by
see
the
it.
way, let me reiterate. This video was for educational and entertainment purposes only.
And Devin Gardner is very unhappy about it because he wants money.
Yeah, it's not being monetized. There's no sponsorship. No money is being made off of this video at all. Educational.
I'm gonna need that 98 jersey up off you though. I see it in the back. Hold on.
Oh yeah, see, you didn't even know I had that. That's my guy back in the day wore this uniform. Had a fantastic game. You didn't even know that was back there, did you?
I don't even got that. I mean, this is crazy.
And that's one of the authentic ones. That's how bad
I can see by how small it is. I don't see how I even fit in that.
Yeah, that's one of the. I was like, hey man, I want the real jersey. I don't want the replica.
You better lock your office. All I know is you better lock your office.
You gotta have one of those, don't you?
I don't got nothing, man. They played me at the University died. They Michigan.
Man, I can't give you that one. That was a special.
I'm comfortable. You don't got to give it to me. You leave that office open, and it's a wrap. You don't got to give me nothing.
All right, well, folks, listen. That's just film session number 1. We have Al Borges coming up next, breaking down fan. He's filling in for Vance this week, by the way. Vance is visiting family down in Texas. He said, "Tell the people I'm gonna be back. I had to go get some of my sweet baby Rays down in Texas, but I'm gonna be back in Colorado doing the breakdowns week 2. So Vance Bedford back. Vance is so excited. Vance is gonna be. I'm gonna get Vance up to Ann Arbor for at least one game this year. At least one game. So we'll see. You'll see Vance Bedford. But that's it for DG. DG, ready for Mondays? Monday morning quarterback. All right. Until then, folks.
9. Did you tell them about the time change? 9.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock for the Monday morning quarterback. Moving forward. So that's so we can go ahead right after the show and get into the film session and have that ready for you as well. Again, folks, thanks for listening and watching another edition of the Monday morning quarterback film session. This one focused on Colorado State. We'll see you next time.